Welcome to the show. Where three generations of family go head to head on a multitude of topics. You got the Gen Zer, Chris the man himself, the Millennial, me, and the baby boomer from Brooklyn, Kaya. And that's all we got for you today.
That multitude got me.
Doesn't matter what the topic is. No matter what we talk about, you know, it will be up for debate. All right.
He's like, I'm going to stick to the script, but I'm going to make it mine. Multitude, as opposed to a variety.
Yeah.
The creative control.
I like it. Hey, dudes.
What it do?
I told you guys in text that we got a Willie Brown series going on.
In pre-production?
Yeah, pre-production. I think that's going to be like the meter for topics that...
But from what to Willie Brown, though? What would be the opposite end of the spectrum?
I don't know. Like, okay, you know what? Pastors to Willie Brown.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with that.
You know?
But that would have to be like people that's been watching for a while now.
Well, then I suggest if you haven't, you need to go back to our old shows and get caught up.
Or that.
We got some skin in the game now. We got a whole bunch of shows now in that playlist.
You know. Well, what's our first topic? What are we doing first?
Well, I thought that we would lay out the three.
Okay.
And because they had a similar theme, if you will, right?
Shout out to our pre-production meetings, honestly.
Yeah, you know, shout out to these
our pre-production meetings.
Shout out to these pre-pro. And so these themes had to deal with, you know, racism, if you will. And I think that as an up for debate team, you know, because we're three generationally different, but we are Black, the topics that we deal with, we have our own opinions. So these topics that we spoke about in pre-pro were Doja Cat, Sesame Place, because they're two different entities. I don't want to confuse the two. And Hunter Biden. So, Doja Cat. Does anybody want to explain?
Before we even go into Doja Cat, I just want to let the viewership know that I alerted the other generations here that this was a very old situation, but they just caught wind of it.
I did not, because I did not know Doja Cat until this year, until 2022.
Generation.
Yes. I am the baby boomer of the crew, and I did not know about Doja Cat until this year, until that Kiss Me song.
There it is.
With her and SZA.
That's actually exactly how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know about her until this year.
I just wanted to put that out there.
I'm not ashamed. I don't care. Put it out.
Just to confirm the generational gap here.
Put it out. I don't care. You ain't putting me on blast.
I didn't know about the situation, but I mean, I knew who she was. Not a really big fan.
6 1/2 dozen.
Like, I don't go around like trying to find out music about somebody who named themselves Doja Cat.
You want to talk about names? We can go back to your era and dig.
Dude, this is not about. We're not doing
that.
We're not.
Because again, this is an attack on how we start out like this.
This is not a generational debate. But if you want to go there, If you want to stomp with the big dogs, you better put on your boots. You better put on your boots. I'm just saying. Cause you came out the gate swinging like you had something. Like you had something for me.
I had to swing back. You swung back.
How? How?
Why would I go listening to somebody that would name themselves Doja Cat? It's crazy. It's not the worst name we've heard. Come on.
Far from the best. But it's all right.
Super Cat, maybe.
Doja Cat, Doja Kitten, Doja whatever. It's all good. It's all the same.
He's choosing violence today.
I'm choosing honesty.
So do you want to say what happened with Doja Cat? Or do you want me to explain what happened with Doja Cat?
I'm not the on-set Doja Cat correspondent. I'm just saying this is the situation.
Well, isn't she your generation?
I don't know. But she's in my age.
She's your people.
She ain't. I don't think she's cap 30 yet.
Saying she's 20 something in beige.
Yeah, apparently she's South African. Her dad is South African. Who knew?
And her mom's Jewish.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this. This is what I'm saying. I'm not. I just know her music. I know who she is. I knew of the situation. But
so. Again, I didn't know who Doja Cat was, and I did not know her music until 2022, and I say it proudly, I say it loudly. Apparently, Doja Cat issued a statement addressing her alleged racist remarks. I did not know that Doja Cat Kitten was actually racist in her past life. So apparently, she had some major backlash after she had put out a song saying a song named Dindu Nuffin. Okay. So the Say So singer, whose real name is Amala. Okay.
You got one of them old school names?
No, she has a true African name, and I Lord, please.
We are not.
Huh?
Viewers don't come to us for accurate information.
Huh?
But yeah, just disregard that.
Yeah. So, but this is according to Billboard, so I'm not giving you any hearsay. So she took to Instagram to address the controversy after the hashtag Doja Cat is over party began trending on Twitter days earlier. Doja had been accused of taking part in the past racist video chats and was called out for her 2015 song Dindu Nuffin, which some call a racist slur mocking victims of police violence. I want to address what's been happening on Twitter, the singer began on her Instagram post. I've used public chat rooms to socialize since I was a child. I shouldn't have been on some of those chat room sites, but I've personally have never been involved in any racist conversations. I'm sorry to everyone I offended. Doja, whose father is a South African actor, goes on to say she identifies as a Black woman and that she's very proud of where she comes from. The singer admits to writing the song Dindu Nuffin, but says it was created in response to people who often use that term to hurt her. She now recognizes that it was a bad decision to use the term in her music. So it doesn't really say what the racial or the negative term was that she used.
Well, the term was Dindu Nuffin. That's one of them. So the Dindu Nuffin was basically like a thing that they would say, white people would say, because when they would arrest Black people, they would always say, I didn't do nothing. So Dindu Nuffin was the term that they were like, yo, why would you say that? Now I understand, like with that song, I mean, I get her explanation on that as far as like, I was just saying that, based on whatever experiences she had or whatever. But
Mhm.
also it was kind of one of those things where it's like, I guess she didn't know the history of the term. But it's kind of weird to say somebody knew the history of the term for her to name the song that. Like, that's just not really a coincidence.
Because the way she spelled it was like
The way that
Ebonics.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the way she spelled it, if I'm not mistaken, is the same way they would actually write out the term when they would refer to Black people as like Dindu Nuffin or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's very interesting. Very.
Well, our resident Gen Z correspondent, do you want to
Take it for your
translate?
people.
Do you want to translate what she meant?
It was English. What is there to translate? It was pretty
Well,
cut
because
dry, black and
clearly,
white.
clearly, you make
No
it
pun
seem as
intended.
if I don't understand, or I'm coming from a different era or a different planet. So, do you want to expound or enlighten me as to what she meant?
Oh, if you want me to expound, then I'll expound gladly. Now, how? Look, I'll make it. I'll put it in a metaphor, right? How light works when it travels from
Listen, the
cause
only
off
metaphors
object.
that I want to read and hear is Jesus's. Unless you Jesus, I don't want to hear no metaphors. Okay.
You told me to talk. Then when I start talking,
So you want
say
to
you don't wanna
use
hear
parables?
nothing.
You want to use
What am I
parables and
supposed
metaphors?
to-
You want to use parables and metaphors? Talk to me in layman's terms, bruh.
I'm gonna just sit this one out then,
No,
because
proceed,
I can't say nothing.
proceed.
What am I say? What am I gonna say?
Proceed.
Because now you think that I'm a Doja Cat defendant. I'm her lawyer, so all I said was you just late to the party in terms of the news. That's all I said. And it was just,
There was also that shot in there about the name and the old school folks too.
oh yeah, because you tried to say, oh, I wouldn't go want to find somebody named Doja Cat. Right, what the name got to do with anything? Just say you ain't here. You know who she was. Took a shot at the name because you thought it was like a generational thing, like these young people and their names and stuff. That's what it sounded like. So
Anyway. Listen, if Doja apologized and she feels remorse, who am I to say whether or not she is sorry or not sorry? Only time will tell. You know?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know how you make a mistake being racist per se. Although, you know what I'm saying, she's mixed or whatever. Cause I'm one of those people, like when people like when they're mixed and they're like, well, I'm black. I'll be like, nah, you black because the world told you you're black. I feel like if you, even though you're mixed, if you could get away with being white, you would be white. That's just how I look at it sometimes. Because I've met people who are mixed and who are like that. It's just like, hey, you only saying you black because like you people can look at your skin and tell you're not purely, you know what I'm saying? Like you can just look at the skin and see it. So for me, I just get confused. I don't know how people like slip up and it's just like, oh damn, my bad. I was racist. I was being racist. I didn't even realize. That's just weird to me. And it could be because I'm black or we're black. So for us, it's just second nature and understanding that and just knowing how not to be that. But she had the song and whatever. So let's say we give her a pass on the song. But then she was out here with I think she had another issue where she had like said some stuff about Tyler the Creator and all this other stuff and was calling him a fag and all this whatever. And then she apologized. But the apology to me was kind of weird because it's kind of like, damn, my bad. But I've been calling people that for years. I was calling people that in high school. I've used that word thousands of times. Doesn't mean I'm homophobic. Well, are you sorry or not? It's kind of just like, what are you talking about? It's either you're just gonna, yo, my bad, I didn't mean to say that. I was wrong. And you move on. Saying you're sorry and then being like, nigga, I've been saying that for years. That's not really an apology. But whatever. Now, the chat room situation is kind of one of them, Jared, where it's just like, if you, as a mixed woman, are in the chat room with pretty much, I think it was all white men, and I think there was another white girl in it, but it's all white people. And you're sitting here and you're like, oh, suck my dick, nigger. If you were with black people, you wouldn't have said that. So it's just one of those things where it's like, where she was talking, where she was like, oh, these are my friends and we're this. And it's just like, so that's how you hanging out with your friends? So what side of the fence are you playing? Or are you playing both sides? Because if you were hanging out with black people, you wouldn't be sitting there calling us niggers. And you didn't say it, you know what I'm saying, the way black folks say it, oh, what up, my nigga, what up, yeah, me and my niggas, whatever. That's not what you said. You're hanging out with all white people and you're talking about niggers. To me, I'm off that. In that moment, she became Doja Cat. And it was just like, nah, I'm good. I mean, I never really had any real feelings or any care for her or whatever, but I feel like people have this thing where it's just like, oh, I was young and dumb and made mistakes. Yeah, well, I was young and dumb too. Somehow, some way, I found a way not to make racist slurs or be racist or be homophobic or treat people in that way. I don't understand. Like, there's certain mistakes, and I get it. Everybody makes mistakes, but I feel like there are certain mistakes that are harder to make and are a little bit more intentional than others. Sitting here and calling folks niggers is not a mistake. Like, you did that on purpose while sitting there playing yourself and embarrassing yourself for these white folks. Because the way they were talking to her could have fooled me if I would have known that y'all were friends. So to me, it's just like, nah, I'm good on her.
Well, and I'm not defending Doji because I don't know Doji, right? But I'm gonna say this because of the fact that I just looked up the meaning of Doja. It means marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why you have no problem with the name. Anyway, so I know people that they grew up in an atmosphere or in a community where they are like one of the only Black people in their neighborhood, and they have all these white friends and the white friends and the white parents, and they don't get their nigga check, you know what I'm saying, until later on in life. And then they have these relationships that seem, you know, like they're really genuine, you know, and they, you know, like, oh, this is my friend Kathy, this is my friend Bill, this is my friend Connor, this is my friend Susie, you know, and these are my friends, and, you know, and everybody's, yeah, and I'm using the words, and I'm saying, oh, aren't you little chunky monkey, and saying all these things, and you don't think that it's anything racial until you get that poor Mooney nigga check somewhere down the line. And that nigga check always comes. Every person on earth always gets that nigga check. And she had to have gotten that nigga check from somewhere, somehow. And once she got that nigga check, it was like, oh. And now she's like, we ain't got nothing to lose. Joe 50 boy. Now, all of a sudden, now she's just like, she identifies as Black. But back then, she was just like, no, this is my friends, and we're in the chat, and you nigger. And because she didn't get her nigga check back then. But somewhere between that day and whenever she had made that statement, she got her nigga check. And it was just like, oh. Because I don't understand how she didn't get the nigga check. And her father is from South Africa, and he experienced the whole apartheid movement.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, and for me, the main thing is it's you and white people. So you're the representation, I guess, for Black people in whatever room you are. And that's the behavior that you're putting forth. And the way they were even treating her was just like they were little, like you were sitting there acting like they show pony. Like, come on, man. You played yourself.
So put a
Straight
quarter
up.
in your because you played yourself. What song is that from, Chris?
No clue.
Yeah, because that's not even your generation.
It's not.
Yep. Do you have anything to say about your marijuana kitten?
Not about her specifically. But I do have sort of a challenge or question, rather, probably leaning more towards a question. But just from my perspective, in terms of how society kind of deals with people who they feel shouldn't say the N-word, saying the N-word. Obviously, there's a certain level of disrespect that they feel or that people feel, obviously, because they feel that, the people that shouldn't say it are saying it. But my question to you is, how would you like to see that dealt with? Because it seems like it's the same pattern of, I'm upset that this person said this. And then, you know what I'm saying? There's really no looking for a solution, or not even necessarily a solution, but at this point, it's just like, okay, you have these people that are saying these things that shouldn't say these things. Now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the anger or the disrespect behind it, but it's not like this is going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Let those people be those people, because there's no amount of saying anything to these people that's going to change, racist tendencies.
Well, I already told you in a previous show that people saying that if they would say that to me, like somebody saying that to me, it's a word that I have gotten myself to a point where you saying that to me, I will not let that word trigger me, because it's a word. I will not let, like if somebody says your mother, my response, your mother. If your mother, you're not, yeah, my mother, yeah, your mother. Okay, well, your father, your entire generation, your mother, your father, your grandmother, your pet kitten, whoever in your family, everybody, everybody, they're all niggas. I call everybody. You see, I don't discriminate on my nigga words. The Senate is a nigga. The Congress is a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't discriminate. So I don't let that word hold any power over me, because it's a word.
The word nigga is the most universal word on the planet.
Yes, it is a verb. It's a verb. It's a noun. It's like, an adjective.
Nigga means person. Nigga means male. Nigga means that. Right. Like, it's like, where you going? Over this nigga house. Like, it's crazy.
It's an exclamation.
Yes.
You see these niggas?
Nigga?
Nigga means what? Like, it means whatever it is. And the thing about it is, but that, again, that's a cultural Black community thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
folks,
like adobo. That joint, that joint goes on everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we have made it that way. And like, to answer your question, Chris, for me personally, when it comes to people who I feel are racist, or I think you see people sometimes they make mistakes, no doubt. And then there are things that I feel like are done intentionally. And then you just want to come behind and be like, my bad, we ain't really mean it. I'm just saying that because we have to. So for me, like, H&M got crazy. I haven't been back since. Gucci got crazy. Ain't been back since. Like, if I know that you have done something wild and it was racist, like, you lose my support, period. I can't speak for everybody else. I can only do what I can do for me. So yeah, Doja Cat ain't getting no spins for me. Not that she was getting any before, but you definitely not getting that now. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even a real fan like that. So, I mean, you ain't getting no spins for me. I ain't going to your concert. I have no interest, because it's just like, it's just incredible. Like, I just can't understand how people just manage. It's like, oh, I slipped up. I shouldn't have said that. How you slip up like that? Like, I can't slip into racism. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't slip into to being a racist. Like, think about it like this. You ever watch movies? I hope it's not just me, but I think this every time I see it. And they'll show like black folks in the house watching TV, and it's just like, you see these crackers over here acting crazy. I'd be like, yo, nobody, who says that? I've never been hanging out with black people and we were like, these crackers is crazy. I've never, ever, I'd be like, yo, who says that? And why is this in every movie? Like, black folks hang around saying stuff like that. We don't. I've never been around.
Like blaxploitation movies, or are these like regular?
Like regular movies. And like, you'll have the black family or the black friends, but then when they're just hanging out, they'll be referring to white people as like, oh, these crackers over here. You see this? You see these crackers on TV? And it's just like, nigga, we don't do that. Like, that blow. That's annoying to me. I'm like, yo, we don't talk like that. I've never sat with my friends and be like, these whatever, or these this, or this that, or that. I'm like, we don't do that. At least I don't do that. And so whenever I see that, I'm like, yo, why do they always put that in movies? Like, that's reality. Because to me, it's not. So stuff like that is what I'm talking about when it's like, I'm not going to be sitting here and just accidentally, you know, like, I guess to reverse, like if I was a white person, like I couldn't see myself just accidentally slipping into a nigger.
Look at this nigga right here.
But that's what you would say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're not calling people out like, you know, racial terms and slurs and stuff like that. Is that just, I'm over that.
Like cracker, the word cracker doesn't do anything to me. Like
I roll off the tongue.
Yeah, nigga.
That's what it is. We just don't have that word that equates. It has that same
like cracker,
you know,
like cracker, like
it's too harsh.
Like, cracker.
I'm just talking about any. I don't care what culture you are. It just doesn't happen. Like, I'm not.
That's because we ain't got the word. For it. If we have the word,
like
I don't care.
It's just the perfect word. That's because and everybody uses it. Yes. Everybody has the weaponry to use it against us. We don't have the weaponry for everybody else.
You drop, oh, niggas this, niggas that. But I'm saying, like, the way she said it in the video was not a slip.
Oh, there's a video of her actually saying it.
Because she was in the video and then she was being all like mad, like sexual and cringy and weird. And she was like, suck my dick, nigger. And it was just like.
And she used with the ER?
That's what, yeah, she didn't say nigga. She said nigger.
Okay, now so maybe my greater point here is, why do we care? And it's not like a nonchalant
honestly, I don't care.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't.
I honestly don't care.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. My point was not.
But I don't care. But I know that my nieces probably listen to her, and she's like in that category to where she's, you know, she just won some awards. Some award show just came up and she won some awards or something like that. So she's, you know, she's in that market. And my thing is this, like, if you're a sucky person, if you're just a nasty gutter person, it's gonna come out sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? So you can apologize all you want. If your shit stink, that joint you gonna start smelling sooner or later. You could apologize now, but somewhere down the line, you gonna walk past and you smell that?
And that's why I was putting like this little brief timeline of things together where it was just like, all right, so she said that in this chat or whatever to a group of white people, whatever. And then the Tyler, the Creator situation, and she was, you know, referring to them as faggots or whatever the case may be. And again, it's, you said it and then you apologized, but while apologizing was like, nigga, I be saying it all the time. I don't mean nothing. Like, it doesn't mean I hate people. It's just like, yo, if you say something
maybe
that
this
people,
is just her character.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you say,
I
like,
get what you're saying.
You clearly don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, it's offensive to people. That's all that matters. Whether you say it all the time, said it all the time, however many times, I don't care if you don't hate people. But if you say, you might not hate black people, but you were on there embarrassing yourself, representing Black people to white people, while also using the term in a way that was just not endearing to us as a community. So it's just like, yo, I got to check you on that. Now, again, as far as caring, do I personally have like a care for it? No. But as Black people, very similar to the B. Simone situation, as a Black person saying something that can affect, the way other people look at Black people, it's just like, yo, you're out there in the spotlight. It's like, come on, son, like, you got to be better than that. Because when they look at you, they see all of us.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe it's just that she just has growing to do. Maybe that's, the ultimate part. Maybe she just has to grow up.
That's true.
Speaking of growing up, being Toys R Us kids, Toys R Us closed. But you know what's open? Sesame Place.
I give that transition like a solid 5 out of 10.
I give you shut up, nigga. Now so shut up, yo. My nerves.
Yeah. 1 second here. Yeah,
with his whiskers. These whiskers. But anyway, so Sesame Place is under scrutiny because these mofos is out here shunning Black children. And they have more than one video of being mean to little Black kids. And like, these kids have went through hell and back, being isolated for the past 2 years because of COVID, couldn't go nowhere, couldn't do nothing, had to homeschool, had to, be away from other kids and, away from their friends. And they finally get a chance to go out and be in the park and see their favorite characters. And the characters is throwing the only shade.
The one dude ran over the little Black girl.
Pushed her down.
Yeah, nah, to me, I mean, all of that was whack, but it was that bull jive.
That
generational gap right there.
That's not even baby boomer. I don't know. That's generation. What's bull jive? That's Blaxploitation.
It's Harlem Nights. It's the Roaring 20s. That's Willie Brown.
That's a speakeasy.
Man.
That's a speakeasy.
That's speakeasy language. Word.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pastor.
That's the Jim Crow dictionary.
No, I'm just saying, like, that little the little thing that they released, that little press release they had when they were just like, oh, it's just a thing, sometimes they can't see. I'm like, nah, them niggas can see because they was bending down, hugging kids, and they were like, oh, they're not allowed to pose for pictures. So what if he was like, what do you mean you can't pose for pictures? The kids weren't trying to do whatever, they were waving at them. And what do you're sitting here talking about this? They're literally hugging white kids. So what are you talking about? So if he hugs the white kid and I take a picture,
and they parents,
you know what I'm saying?
Kids and they parents. But then when the little Black kids right there, like, hi, they just like,
like,
bye, darky.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That right there, they off my list. And it was actually funny because a group of my friends, we were actually talking about, I think they ended up going, I didn't go. They were like, yo, we should go to Sesame Place and this and that and all this other stuff. Not happening.
I mean, you kind of just went through that pretty casually. Your friends just wanted to go to Sesame Place just off rip?
They are kids.
Oh, okay. I mean,
as you can see, the generational differences here.
Yes.
But Sesame Place is like for little kids, no?
Nigga, I ain't 50. Like my friends got little kids.
And Lil ain't that old.
Older than Sesame Place age. Easily.
Listen, I still like Snuffy.
Hey, bird.
Listen, Kelly Rowland came out, and Kelly Rowland,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
she even came out after they posted their little bootleg apology and said that's not enough.
Because them niggas
Kelly
was
Rowland.
lying.
She said, I'm still upset.
Niggas was in there lying. Oh, they can't see the ground. Oh, so these niggas just walk looking at the sky all day? Like, what do you mean? Oh, they can't see. Like, what do you mean they can't see? These niggas are bending down and hugging and high-fiving white kids. Like, you sitting there acting like, oh, well, the black kids were asking for more than the white kids. They weren't asking for anything. It was just waving.
I just can't wait for the Sesame Street versus the People court case.
But the thing about it is, they actually had a bias training for their employees.
Is society in uproar over Sesame Street not hilarious to just me? Like, I don't understand. This is hilarious.
To me, it's everybody is like on the. It's this so-called accidental racism. It's not an accident to me. I think people are just being more bold with it now, and it's just like, oh, we're gonna have.
And you can hide behind a fluffy costume. That's the biggest thing.
That sentence in itself is hilarious. Like, Sesame Place 1 is not the only place to take your kids, right? That's one. And two, it's not like they're, restricting them from going on rides or whatever. So obviously it is wrong. They're, ducking, black kids.
No,
Mickey Mouse ain't ducking,
is,
folks.
No, but
I said,
exactly.
Mickey Mouse and the Disney niggas ain't ducking you at MGM Studios.
Exactly.
In Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, for sure. That's my point, though.
Disney and Universal Studios. Yeah, but Sesame Place is something that's local within the tri-state area. Like, that's in Pennsylvania. A lot of parents don't have money to go all. And do you know how much it costs to go to
but we talking
Disney?
About that's the real extreme, though. There's other stuff to do.
Yes, but some parents, I understand what you're saying, but some parents and some kids love Sesame Street. Like, I grew up on Sesame Street.
Sure. 100%.
So, and some parents didn't know that doggone Rosita was going to be racist.
100%. I agree. And I'm not agreeing with the racism.
The girls, their faces were like totally, that was heartbreaking.
Because it wasn't like you were doing one kid here and then you were going down. It was like the white kid was here and the black kid was right next to them. Right there. Like,
and got snubbed.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
How is that hilarious? And see, this is the generational gap right there. Because I need to come up there and pop you in the back of the
what? For
because
what?
you over here laughing. These are little children. What if this was your brother? And these characters did that to your little brother.
Yeah, we take the dude somewhere else. Because Big Bird didn't give him a high five. His life is over.
It's not about that.
There's a lot more serious racial acts going on.
I understand that. I understand that. But certain places, you should not have to worry about your child dealing with racism.
Especially if I paid money to get in here.
That's the reality we live in, though.
No. If I paid money to get in there, that's not my reality. I paid money.
That is our reality in almost every other facet of life.
Hell no, you gotta be out your cotton picking mind. No.
When it comes to picking a home, racism exists. Like, it happens everywhere. This is what I'm saying.
Christopher, Gen Z.
How's that Gen Z related?
If I pay money to get into an establishment.
I'm agreeing with you. I understand the principality behind it.
You understand the principality?
I 100% understand.
You understand the principalities?
100%. My thing is, I think we're taking this way too seriously.
Why?
As if racism hasn't won.
Until Freedom got involved. And they issued a statement. Until Freedom, they are activist organization, and they got involved and they issued a statement to Sesame Place and was just like, get it right.
Are you serious?
Yes, they did. Because you're not going to do this to our children.
Because it was too many. It was too many videos. It was kind of like, okay, it's clearly a pattern here. But again, I think just using your example. So one, yes, racism exists in real estate and everything else. The difference, the small but key difference in there is, one, you'll see that racism from the jump. Hopefully you see it. And I don't have to buy the house if I feel like you're doing too much, or we can figure something out and I can, you know what I'm saying? Like we can find some way to get around it, whatever. If I've already paid, one, I'm paying you for a service, and your service is to basically treat my kid in a nice way, the same way you're going to treat every kid. So if I come in here and it's like, yo, you are blatantly disrespecting my kid after I paid to be in here, I'm not doing that. Sesame Street, Sesame Place, I mean, I never could care for it or whatever, but it's off the list. I ain't going. After Megas.
Yep.
I get that.
Huh?
I said I get that. I get that.
That's just
Sesame Street
like,
wasn't at the top of my list anyway, but like
I'm gonna read a definition to you. Okay.
of what?
I'm about to tell you. Okay, so what is adultification? Adultification occurs when a young person is forced to grow up before their time. Now, when it comes to Black children, adultification with Black children is something that has been why you got that look on your face?
I can't listen to what you're saying.
No, the look on your face is I don't know.
Okay.
lock your door after this.
Anyway,
Black kids and adultification.
Black children are forced to grow up before their time because they are not looked at and they're not treated as children. They're forced to grow up and they're forced to there have been studies by so many different colleges and universities that even adults, white adults, don't even see, they start to see Black boys as threats by the age of 6 years old. That is a problem. So grown women and grown men, I don't know who was behind that damn Rosita mask or fluffy costume, don't see those little babies as babies. They don't see those babies the way we see those babies. So you're laughing and you're like, ha, 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 you know, we have more things to worry about. Yes, we have more things to worry about, but adultification of our children is one of those things. Because our kids are not allowed to be kids because they're always made to grow up and feel that they have to grow up sooner than they have to because they have to like brace themselves for hurt, brace themselves for pain, brace themselves for racism because of things like Sesame Place. That's all I'm saying. That shouldn't happen. They should be able to go to Sesame Place and give Rosita a high five and give Big Bird a high five and not worried about them being snubbed or thrown on the ground. Something so simple. It costs money to get into Sesame Place.
Probably ain't cheap either.
It costs $44 $49 to get into Sesame Place.
Maybe it is cheap.
And for some people that might be a lot of money.
Facts.
And you can't even give a high five or a wave or an acknowledgement because the child is Black.
I think if it was kind of like how they worded it in their little press release, like, you know, it was just, they made it seem like it was just a one-time thing, but it was like, bruh.
Like, they had mad
videos. Mad people posted mad different videos of this person or these people doing this to a bunch of different kids. So it was just like, I don't know if that doesn't hold any weight. For me, I'm just like, yo, it is what it is. Let me get my money. And where Oscar at? Hell, why Oscar don't ever get love? Where Oscar at?
They
Oscar,
threw him in the trash.
and he the only black one on Sesame Street. Never get love. You'll never see Oscar out. So let me ask you this: would you go to Sesame Place after this?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm. Like, would you take me?
I've never been, and I would never go. No. I mean, there's obviously, a lot of programs and organizations out there that are trying to have people treat all children as children, and there are organizations that try to help teachers see Black children as white children, as they see the white children. But we have to like change our way of thinking. Like, I see kids, but they don't see our kids the way they see their kids.
Of course, that's why a 10-year-old kid, a 12-year-old kid commits a crime or does something stupid, and then they try him as an adult. Weirdly, it just makes no sense. Oh, he's 15. Oh, that nigger knew what he was doing.
Exactly. 17-year-old kid does something. Oh, he's just a kid, just a kid. The 17-year-old Black kid does it. Oh, it's a grown man. We gotta change some things. Speaking of grown men, Hunter Biden. I don't know. I don't know what this is about. Because every article I saw was from right-wing papers. So can you expound on what this situation is with going on with Mr. Biden?
Hunter, how much that way, Biden? So, I mean, ain't not much to really get into. Nigga sniffing coke on that crack rock, on that booger sugar, that white girl.
You're on that crack, okay?
You know what I'm saying? That snow, that blow, that white wall. You know what I'm saying? But
I just want to say, Chris, it is all over your face that you are annoyed right now.
Did you not just hear you go on a full-on blast for the last 5 minutes about adultification after what I said?
Is this not a debate show?
It is.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were that sensitive. Would you like me to go a little easier on you next time?
To sensitivity.
that was a Gen Z shot.
Notice. Do you notice?
What?
No, I was talking to Noe. He's on this side on my screen. You notice that, Noe, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's because you mistook everything that I said.
What did I mistake?
I'm not about to continue the conversation after that. No, it's pointless. It's pointless. We can talk about Joe Biden's son sniffing crack now.
Man. So
you gotta know how to take a licking and keep on ticking.
No, I do. I just know when to stop going.
Yeah, but your face shows it.
Because y'all were talking about something else at that point.
Yeah, but your face still shows it.
Okay.
Never since you came to Doja Kitten's defense in the beginning.
I didn't come to her defense at all. That's the issue.
It was, I don't know, you were defending the Gen Zers.
See this?
I don't know. I'm just saying that.
Defending nothing.
I'm just saying between
all
y'all, I'm cool.
Y'all
with
was
it.
late to the party in terms of figuring out that this happened.
And then you tried to take the shots at the old school folks. Ever since at that point, there was just dissension among the ranks. So
listen, I didn't take that personally. Look, ain't nothing on my back. It just went on my shoulders. I didn't take that personally. Listen, come here.
Now you got triggered because I didn't share
Ain't
the
nothing trigger. Ain't nothing trigger.
about Sesame Street. That's what it was.
No,
Because you know that I know the issues that Black youth face. You know that.
No, you didn't know about it. Did you know about adultification?
Obviously, we face different things that other races don't face when it comes to growing up faster. Growing up in the hood, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that we experience even way before we even get to experience Sesame Street that cause us to grow up faster than we need to. So Sesame Street is a drop in the bucket in terms of things that Black youth has to deal with.
Sesame Street shouldn't be a drop in the bucket. Sesame Street should be treated like
there's a lot of things that shouldn't be and that should be, but I don't go by it.
But you know what? If we nip it in the bud now, then maybe we won't have to deal with no more Sesame Street.
I just don't think the buck stops at Sesame Street. That's just my point.
Listen,
you plug a hole here, another one go open up somewhere else. That's how
we gotta start somewhere. We're becoming more aware now. We're not letting stuff ride no more.
What does that mean though? What does not letting things ride mean? Just by calling it out? Sesame Street being racist ain't gonna change nothing. We still gonna be have to go through adultification, just in other places now.
I don't think so. I think
you plug more.
I think the more that things are exposed, the more things have to be corrected.
We have the internet. Everything's exposed now. Literally. There's nothing that we can't figure out or find out.
Just
so
because
then the
it's
standard
out there,
is then people have to do better. The standard is raising the requirement.
That's it.
But that's an intrinsic thing. If I can't tell you to stop being racist, you have to want to stop being racist.
But that's also part of the discussion and the conversation. So it's kind of like,
wait, hold on, but check the verbiage, the discussion. I can't check you on it. We can have a conversation about it. Me checking you ain't gonna change nothing. It's probably just gonna ground you more in your beliefs. It ain't gonna change nothing.
That's perfectly fine. But I'm not here to change everybody's minds. I'm just here to shed light on it, because I know for me, it's very simple. The niggas ain't getting none of my money.
Sure.
So it's just a matter of, like, people will be like, well, what do we do? How do we do this? And how do you whatever? You can do what I do. You ain't getting none of my money. Doja Cat, you ain't getting no spins from me. It's just simple solutions. Everybody might not, some people might not know that. It's just shedding light on it, sharing, whatever it is that you might do, whatever. I'm not here to convince anybody to do anything. Just shed light and, let people make their own decisions. But if I don't say anything, then.
Yeah. And you know what? At the end of the day, conversation, shedding light, sometimes that does bring about change, because when you impact that dollar, that's where that change comes in. Because when you impact that almighty dollar.
That's what I'm saying. Like 12,000 people retweeting that Sesame Street is racist ain't gonna do nothing. But 12,000 people, or I'm just making up numbers, but let's say 20,000 Black people don't go to Sesame Street next summer, you're gonna see that change, and you know what I'm saying? The income that Sesame Street brings in that year.
Impacting their sponsorship, impacting it, because Sesame Street is on public access and they need sponsorships. They need donors. That's from on public access. That's on channel 13.
Even if you look at it, Sesame Street was like, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with that. It was just like, it was like, yo, Sesame plays its own thing. We're not like that. Like, we're good over here.
Like they did a quick, the views and thoughts expressed by have nothing to do with us. Yeah. You see what having conversations do? Because you sat there
for like 10 minutes.
You sat there in your bubble, and you sat there in your chair, and you had no joy.
When you have to be on the receiving end of getting blacked on,
there's
very little faces that you can
blacking. I was not blacking. I was explaining and having a debate. This is a debate show. Debates get intense and they get heated. if you can't take the heat,
These are more Gen Z shots.
get out of the kitchen. Sorry. Now Hunter Biden. What's
You're
he
gonna put
doing?
a little like nameplate on your joint that says Gen Z correspondent. Chris.
And now from the Gen Z correspondent. Over in Gen Z land.
I don't even want that responsibility.
Over in Fluffy land. Out there in Fluffy land. Tell us about Doja land.
All right.
Better go do some push-ups over there.
See how next show has to go.
Better eat those Wheaties.
You gonna see me. You gonna open Zoom. You gonna see me with two dudes just standing right behind me. Ready to go.
Listen, why you need two dudes?
Ready to go.
You don't
I
need
gotta show you
that.
that video. A Bow Wow responding to Soulja Boy years ago. He had them dudes sitting behind him on the computer.
No, I'm gonna be like Ray J when he was on 105.1. He was like, I got booty goons. I got booty goons.
Yo, that is the greatest interview ever.
He's like, yo, I got booty goons.
He was like, yo, he was just like, I know. It's like, yo, me and my man from school, used to listen to that joint on the regular. Like, yo, we'll just text each other out the clear blue, like, yo, and just send it to each other, like, yo, that Ray J joint is crazy. It's like, yo, not the booty goons. He was like, yo, I know niggas that like niggas. They gonna stick it in. He's like, they gonna stick it in that nigga booty. It's like, what?
Like,
He was like, yeah. He's like, we gonna rape that nigga.
Yo, where was Brandy while this was going on? This is out of
was
pocket.
on the radio like, I know niggas. We gonna rape that nigga. I was like, what? He was like, I know niggas that like niggas. We gonna stick it in that nigga booty. I was like, yo,
like,
this
no,
nigga
Ray.
is wildin'.
Ray J is
No,
steady
Ray.
trying to forget about that, and here y'all go bringing it right back up.
No, Ray, no,
This
that
nigga,
ain't
bro.
it. Okay. Hunter Biden. What's going on with Hunter?
My thing
All
is,
things white.
I got just questions. Like, I feel like maybe it's just because he's white and it's the privilege behind it, but like, I feel like this is a big deal. No, I feel like the internet really isn't
You feel like it
I've
is
been
a
on
big
to
deal?
this like they should.
You said it is
Well,
a big deal.
Yeah,
his
like,
his
okay.
it
father,
was literally like on camera
His-
weighing up grams.
his father is the president of these United States, so he
You feel
does
me?
have a
Like-
little control to kind of hush
The
the.
hush. It's the internet, though. I don't care how much of the president you are. Like, it's the internet.
But there was more than one video, if I'm not mistaken. Like, there was videos of him. If I'm not, I could be wrong. I could have sworn I saw it, where he was actually like doing the drugs, and then there were videos of him weighing his drugs.
Like on a scale.
Scale, everything, all that. It's there. It was on Instagram at that.
Yeah,
I didn't
like-
even have to travel too far.
It was
Like he did an IG live.
Like, it
Well,
was
they said it
on
was-
the scale.
because they said it was
I sent the pictures
from his
in the group
iCloud or
chat.
something like
This
that.
is
His iCloud got hacked
pre-production.
or
Like,
whatever.
like G Money in New Jack City.
Yo, he had
on
the
the
broke on the
scale.
scale. That
Then
joint said
he
like
flipped the
20.9
camera.
or something.
He flipped the camera.
He was like, we about to bag this up. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna flip this. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna get a gram, then we're gonna get this, and we're gonna flip that, then we're gonna take half a key.
This is what
then
I'm
we gonna-
saying. This is the president's son. I feel like this is
I didn't
A big
realize
deal,
that
you know?
was Hunter.
Yeah.
I thought
Like
that
if
was
he was smoking
I
weed
thought
or
that
something,
was I
cool.
thought that was Nino Brown.
That's real life. Him in the flesh.
Wow.
And
Joe
it was like he
Biden's
was in
been
the trap
having-
house.
Yeah, Joe Biden's been having himself one hell of a presidency.
He's polling low. but you know, George Bush's daughters, they did have some little stuff when they were
Was it right?
As did George
no.
Bush.
Yeah.
As did George Bush. Word, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Like we had
not
scandal.
during the presidency, though.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they got into some trouble while he was president, while George Bush was president.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it
Or
was
maybe I didn't. I just
alcohol.
don't remember.
Like I think drunk driving or something like that.
Yeah, like we've caught people in the government doing like low down stuff like sexual assault, you know what I'm saying? Like weed, whatever. But when's the last time we seen dude on camera doing like crack? Like the president's son?
The president's son records himself weighing his cocaine.
That's wild. That's a wild headline.
Live video coming to you soon.
Am I overreacting? Like
No, I'm with you. Especially
Like,
since
this
his
is
daddy
crazy.
was the one who was just like, if you have more than a gram, you're going to jail for 5 years. I don't
Like,
care if it's this, I
yo.
don't care if it's that. Well, he had more than a gram.
Well, the thing about it is, Elise Stefanik, who is, I don't know who she is. She is a congressperson. She said that she is going to, she's a Republican from New York, Congresswoman from New York. She said that she is going to investigate the Biden family. And she accused the Bidens of profiting off of Joe Biden's position of power. And she said she is going to investigate him.
Did she investigate Trump? If she didn't, I don't really care what she has to say.
Facts.
I don't know.
I mean, you ain't really gotta investigate Trump. Everything was pretty much out there. But I ain't even gotta ask y'all what would happen if Obama's daughters were doing crack.
Impeached.
Now, I mean, hindsight is 2020, but now that things have, we've since passed it. Do we feel that Bill Clinton should have gotten impeached now
Oh, for that for the lady thing?
for the Monica
What's her name?
Lewinsky
Yeah, Lewinsky. Yeah.
scandal?
No.
Do we feel that he should have gotten impeached now?
I'm gonna just say yeah. I think that's probably the best answer, to be honest. I'm gonna say yeah.
I don't. Well, were there like new details or something that came out that I might not know?
No, he got impeached for quote unquote lying under oath by saying that he did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I mean, off principle, right? I would
By
think.
sexual relations, what do you mean?
I mean,
let's not do that.
No, I'm saying like that's what he would say. Like,
Trump lied every time his mouth opened, but
Word. But, I mean, can we really go by any of these rules or dogmas placed by the government? Because they move the goalposts depending on who it is.
he was impeached twice. I'm just saying.
I mean, if we're gonna be technical and say, he lied under oath about whatever, then yeah. But I mean, make it lose his job for getting a little head on the side. I don't even know if it's on the side if y'all all in the same place.
I mean, I think that the whole situation has a lot more implications than just the head on the side. But I mean, my thing is with this whole Hunter situation, like obviously he's the president's son, so he has some type of, what's the word? Personnel? Like basically people that have
Staff.
Yeah, like he's not just walking around the mall, you know what I'm saying, like a regular person.
No, he has people assigned to him.
Right? So
A mother-loving Secret Service.
Yes.
you know what I mean? Right. So I'm saying like it's not like he's ducking off to do crack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would think that this is pretty inclusive or kind of has other implications, no?
I really feel like this is like such a waste of white privilege.
I can see why you say that.
This is like one of the biggest. This is like a colossal, ginormous waste of white privilege.
Unless he was like Tony Montana status, I don't see why you'd risk getting caught with crack. I don't even know if he's gonna be facing any consequences because I ain't heard anything about that either. But unless he's like making the bag.
You are the president of the United States, son. He's an American lawyer. I don't know if he got that degree, that law degree, and passed that bar fair and square. I don't know, and I'm not going to try to find out. But you could probably get any job at any firm, do anything, be anywhere that you want to be. And you on that booger, sugar?
But that's what I'm saying. If he's just a casual user, that's different. But if he's like a social
these
type
pictures I'm looking at,
Montana level,
these pictures
he's
I'm
making
looking
the
at,
bread.
these pictures I'm looking at, he look like he is gone.
So that's what I'm
He
saying.
look
Like
like-
Secret Service just traveling around with him, like
He looked like Pookie.
Secret Service moving away.
He looked like the white Pookie. He looked like the white burger. It'd be calling me.
he look like he do the hula hoop with no hula hoop.
Get so jam about the name. Like all of that. Hunter
Going on with
Biden's
his nephew?
prostitute.
I'm sorry. What?
And he getting prostitutes? Was given 20,000 COVID relief by the U.S. government under Joe Biden's administration?
Nah, 20 bands is wild.
And I couldn't get no money. And the prostitute?
20 bands for the prostitute is crazy.
See, this is something wrong. There's something wrong with the country. Listen, I'm out here trying to make an honest living. I'm out here trying to build an honest company. I'm out here trying to touch the lives of the masses. You understand? And prostitutes is out here getting 20K. On June 7th, it was reported that President Joe Biden's son's favorite prostitute, identified as Cheryl DeBose, had received a paycheck.
His favorite prostitute?
A favorite prostitute had received a Paycheck Protection Program (PPP) bailout for her sole proprietorship worth $20,207, according to report in Daily Wire. The Bowles, who live in Las Vegas, received a federal stimulus right after Hunter's father, Joe Biden, took over the office.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Ain't it? Shout out Cheryl though. She did what she had to do. They called it a sole proprietorship. That's crazy. They recognize it as a legitimate business. Like I don't understand.
I didn't know that you can insure your stuff. I didn't know that you can now get an LLC on your
stuff. You can
stuff.
now be insured to hoe. There is no reason not to get the bag. The money is out here.
Clap them cheeks.
Shout out Cheryl.
I keep on saying I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I'm out here trying to live an honest life.
This is the thing. In America, right now, the harder you work, the less money you make.
I be working like 17 hours. I be that's why I can't see. That's why I was at the ophthalmologist talking about RESB. I couldn't see nothing.
You should hear Eustace complaining about all the houses we go to, because all the dudes just be sitting at their desk on a computer all day while we there sweating.
Talk about
putting hammer to brick like this.
And it's hot.
It's hot.
Well, LLC Them Cheeks.
So, I don't know, but Hunter Biden is a waste of white privilege. And Joe Biden, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you a little word of advice, Joe. The U.S. is going through enough right now. We done gave enough money to Ukraine. If they can't figure it out between them and Russia and the rest of the countries out here, if the other NATO, if NATO and them can't figure it out, we done gave enough.
You know what I'm saying? Can you forgive giving niggas student loans or something? Man,
I put $50 in my car today, and my car said nothing happened. So let me tell you something, Joe. I don't want to give not near no more money to nobody. Anyway, y'all raising everything. We can't afford nothing.
But Hunter got money to be weighing his weight.
To be weighing the booger sugar.
But who the hell records themselves doing that?
And then he records and he rubs it in the face of the American people that is over here struggling.
So yeah, the bags and everything on the he was about to bag him up.
That is a slap in the face. Joey?
Hunter out here moving that blue magic.
Let me tell you something. Rest in peace, Frank Lucas. Every time I see that, and you know that's one of my favorites in movies. Every time I see that movie, I get mad because you got the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, the Rothschilds, all these people out here. They done
out here bothering Frank Lucas.
They out here. They literally have. They are like the movers and shakers. They own everything in the world, and y'all literally took Frank's everything. The Kennedys, all of them, y'all, they literally built their wealth off of drugs and bootlegging. And y'all literally took Frank's everything. And this nigga was the largest.
Took down BMF.
Took down BMF. You see how they do us? Sucker MCs. Mims. I know one thing. We need some relief.
Not in the form of government relief though, because inflation is crazy right now.
I need whatever Hunter Biden had on that scale in cash.
Word. I was wondering where you're going with that. 100%.
Yeah, we don't want the actual
I want the monetary.
the supply.
Effect.
We don't want the supply.
Coke and hoes.
Cheryl is a crazy.
Sex, drugs, and money.
You said the favorite prostitute.
It's like, this is my best hoe.
She back there. She was back there in the house. She was all quiet. She was like, you know, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Anyway, shout out to Taraji. So anyway, I hope y'all learned something.
We went through a lot of emotions today.
Yeah, we went through some ups and downs, you know.
A lot of emotions today.
You know, we went through some ups and downs, but you know what we did go through?
Cocaine, racism, adultification. We went through it all.
We went through how to work with, you know, how to be strong, even through disagreements and debates. How to take a licking and keep on ticking. You know, that's what grown people do.
Gen Z
You know?
shot.
I got interviews for anybody that want to stand behind me during recordings. Post them up on YouTube. Because this is ridiculous. This is abusive. Handicap. You ever seen wrestling when they got a handicap match and it's 2 dudes versus 1? That's what it is.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah, me too.
How about next time you choose the topic?
No, it's okay.
No,
Doing some Gen Z topics.
I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel
I don't
empowered.
even like how you patronized me just now. You said
No, that's
want
not,
you to
no,
feel
it's not
empowered.
patronizing. It's not patronizing. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel invigorated. I want you
feel
to
like I'm going through like a suffrage movement right now. You want me to feel empowered?
no, not at all. I want you to feel, you know, I want you to feel tough, strong.
I
You
don't
know?
like this. I don't like this at all.
Why?
I
You
don't
know?
like the undertone. That's really what it is. It feels very patronizing.
Not at all. It's like I can't say it loud. I can't say it soft. I don't know how to say it to you. It's like damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Or Gen Z shots.
More Gen Z shots. This is ridiculous. I don't even be repping Gen Z like that.
I'm just trying to love you. But anyway, thank you all for watching another episode of Up for Debate. We don't know what the next episode is going to be, but we do know that Chris is going to choose it.
Apparently I am.
We want to thank our Gen Zer Chris, our Millennial Noe, and once again, I'm that baby boomer, Kaya. Can't wait for Chris to choose that next episode, next topic.
Wonderful.
For Up for Debate.